Hey guys, if you are struggling with page speed, you already optimized things, but still it's not that, it's not that fast as you expected, then you probably need to circle back with your web server. So if you're running a WordPress website, using an Apache web server could be a bit slower compared if you use an Nginx or you use a hybrid. So yeah, I'm gonna be showing to you how you can check that even if you don't have an access to your hosting. So you just go into the website. This is my very ancient website. You just right click and go inspect, and then go into the network, and then you either control R or you go to the network first, and then control R, or you click on reload. And then when it's already reloaded, you scroll up and look for your domain, and then find the headers. Under the response header, you should able to see the server there at the bottom part. And currently my website is using a hosting, but it is pointed to Cloudflare. The good thing with Cloudflare is using a custom Nginx, so it's a bit faster compared to a normal Apache. But if your website is only serving local, I'm not against to the Cloudflare, but I think it would be better if you just straightforward with your server. If your server is based into your area, let's say, for example, this website of our company that I need to revamp and stuff, I pick the server, the Sydney server, and it's just like for me, it's redundant to just use Cloudflare if we're not supporting outside of Australia, and the hosting has already all the compression, it has the caching, it has mostly the feature that a Cloudflare can do as well, like SSL. So pointing the the domain to the Cloudflare, and then pointing the hosting into it's just like a two-layer for it's just too much for a simple need of a website. But I'm not against to a Cloudflare. Like for example, BookwormHead is not really isolated to a specific country. I would love to make my website faster. I would like to use a CDN. So anyway, go back to this again. My website is using a Cloudflare. That's fine. It's a custom Nginx. That's good. So let's jump into a website that is using a pure Apache. So if I inspect that elements, inspect, and then you click on network, control R, or you reload the page. You scroll up, go into the domain, look for the header, and look for the server. It's using an Apache. Now I'm gonna be using pingdom just for you to check in. And the reason why I come up with a pingdom, because this website is supporting just the local market. So pingdom page speed, and we want to check it into the because if you go into the Google page speed, that's fine, but the server is not in the specific country that you want. I forgot what's the server in the page speed, but you can Google it. I'm gonna put it in my link description in my article version. But anyway, so if we go into that website and we go into let's just jump in. I want it to be Australia. Start the test. So we're testing it into an Australian data center. So it's taking a bit, like 74 gray, that's fine, but it's just like the load time is a bit 4.48 seconds. Although it's good, but it's just like if we can make it lesser than 1 second would be fantastic. Now this is the website that I have migrated. I haven't done any sort of revamp and stuff. This is the purely original website that they have, and I just really need to do a lot of overhaul on this. So if I'm going to inspect the elements now, inspect elements again, this second website is using Apache, and this one is using, let's go into the network, let's control R or reload, scroll up, go into the website and go to the response header, and is using Nginx. Okay, I already removed that. I already removed the I already migrated this to a different host, to the host that I pick. in my tutorial, in my article version, I'm gonna list down the shared hosting that is using a pure Apache, using a pure Nginx, and using a hybrid like Apache in the back end and then Nginx in the front end. So make sure that you check my article version. So we go back again to the ping DOM. Again, I'm not using page speed because this website is a focus on local market only, like in Australia or nationwide Australia. So again, we'll click on the URL, start the test, and dun, 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 which was the result. So it's 841 ms, and with how it is set up, there's much things that I can definitely make this compressed and speedy. Like I can make this 0.4 or 0.3 milliseconds because I haven't really done any sort of optimization yet. So let's just jump in with the other websites that are not using a WordPress. So if you inspect the elements, right click, inspect, and then we scroll up. What I'm doing, let's just stop the performance. I'm not into the page speed. Let's just jump into the network, scroll up, go to the home page, go to the headers and headers or response headers, and go to the name server. So currently, good thing that they're hiding the name server, which is great. Let's jump in with the other company. I actually like how they set it up. Melbourne Institute. And I think that Kaplan website is using Drupal. Let's just inspect again the elements, go to the network. Let me just go back. Go to this and header. Yeah, so it's using a Drupal. Anyway, just letting you know. So this one, inspect the elements, go to the network. What is that? So reload, scroll up. And this one is using another Drupal website, header request, and it's using where is the name server in here? It's using an Nginx, okay? And let's jump into the HubSpot, inspect, network, scroll up. Just revert it again. So, and I'm gonna go into the elegant themes for the last part. There, page builder, and if we go into the server area, it's using a Cloudflare, and it makes sense. Like HubSpot is an international SaaS, so they really need to use a CDN. Even in the elegant themes as well, which is one of the top page builder in WordPress, go into the network, scroll up, there, page builder, and it is gzip. If you scroll up, the server is also using Cloudflare. So again, I do have a tutorial. So if I found a tutorial here, Nginx versus Apache performance. You can Google it to see the difference. And I'm probably gonna also create a comparison in my article version. So make sure that you check my article version so you can see the shared hosts that are using an Apache. And let's say if you want to force things up, like the WW and non-WW should be in the secured website like HTTPS, then the approach depends on what server you're using. If you're using Apache, then you need to use, if it is a WordPress website, then you need to use a HDA access. If it's an Nginx, you need to configure the config, that config thing in the Nginx. But if it's like a hybrid, since the Nginx is just the front end, but still the back end is Apache, you need to use HDA access. Anything that is related into a Apache. So yeah, hope that helps. And if you have any question, the serene is blowing. let me know, comment down below, and I'll be happy to assist you. Don't forget to check out my article version for more information about Nginx and Apache. Have a great day.